Uh, what up, guys? Happy Super Bowl from French Fry and Burger Town. Based Super Bowl. I know nothing about it. I've never watched one in my entire life. Sometimes I will watch the commercials, but I can't do that because I'm live, and that would be illegal. It's active. That would be illegal, and I would get sued, just like how I got a copyright strike on the fucking ball dropping, by the way, which was pretty gay. How are you going to copyright strike on a ball that's dropping in America? Super lame and uncool of MSNBNC or whatever fucking 15-letter network that is. So after reading documentation and based internet search using CRX, I realized I'm retarded, and I did not read the docs well. So I'm watching the after party. There is no after party. I'm either going to pick based super cool, Ooh, wait! I found out there's a way. What the fuck is the name? I think it's Linux Debian. Here it is. Move away, Google. What's the after party? I created a live build development environment for those interested to make their own distro using Debian live build, used to support Debian. Jesse, the first place starts with the manual man page. It says the man page configuration should be looked at first after reading the manual. I've also used live boot. I can't pull up that live party. If I do, I'll get striked. Overview: the Debian live build demonstrates will endeavor to provide the reader with a basic live build and some essential commands necessary to use to create an installation of live. For purposes of this demonstration, to keep it simple, the targeted desktop environment will be both graphical and text installers installed from a live session, JWM, Joe's Window Manager, 64-bit, and a small set of applications required. The simple. Okay. Interesting. Main directory structure, data by source, quote, okay. GNU Ubuntu. So I was looking into an OpenRC. If I could use OpenRC, it's either going to be, I'm going to do, turn off the volume. Use ICE Window Manager instead of J Window Manager. No window managers, just OpenBox. Based, simple OpenBox. It's important to check the build log after the build, which can be found right now. So apparently there's, already included in Devuan live build. Add this line before the LB build scripts. Watch FS. Use hooks 900 playhub. Logo tips. Okay. Great job, man, from the land down under. Cheers. Very Australian. So apparently. Cloud Smith. A Debian base to build your own. OpenBox is a window manager. You should use Tint2 for the bar and Nitrogen to set the wallpaper. Yeah, but it doesn't have the word window manager in it, so this is the superior option. I could do that. Oh, drew my attention to Mayo. Make it your own Linux, a small custom-based distribution based on Debian. I am not aware of the separate builds. Oh, okay. And I went for the stable ASIC image. I want to like de-bloat it too. Like I wonder how much stripped down I could strip down how much I could strip this down and make it simple. Apparently there's a minimal a minimal Ubuntu option as well. OB menu generator for a dynamic menu generator invoked with options TAC P, TAC I to generate the dynamic menu with icons. Interesting. We thank you for your interest in basic codename Addy. Hardware, RAM, and CPU usage. Jesus Christ. Removal media was detected. PC option. But apparently there's something called, there's like a minimal Ubuntu install that is like, it kind of just works. I wonder if I could strip it down to the smallest usable graphical user interface and tool setting that uses like the same amount of resources maybe as like Gentoo. But then I wanted to do Alpine. I was like, Alpine's even more minimal. Alpine's like super minimal. But there isn't a lot of documentation. Apparently it's like you can do it with Alpine. There's a tool sets pretty much live option to do it as well. I might do both and like figure out which one I want to put my time into. With OpenBox based OpenBox Enjoyer, theme called Vent with Oxygen Norway mouse cursor. We should bring back cool mouse cursors. I should. Is there a way to get a sword as the mouse cursor? Like by default. That's what I need to know. If I can get, remember like those mouse cursor like packages you would download from like weird sites? Alpine was based off Gentoo, so you can also base yours off Gentoo. I could make my own Gentoo. Well, technically, yeah, that would probably be the better option, because Gentoo is completely bare bones. I didn't even think about that. What the fuck? Yeah, I could do something similar. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to research this one. Where? Okay. Does it exist? Does a tool setting there's something called Gentoo Catalyst apparently. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. The first approach is to use Catalyst, a powerful tool developed by the Gentoo project, building a stage files, live images, and custom releases. Gentoo itself uses Catalyst for its official builds and allows extensive customization. This process assumes that you are working on an existing Gentoo system or a Gentoo-based one with sufficient reinforced CPU, RAM, and storage. Okay. Build the bootable image. Okay. So wouldn't I just build Gentoo? I would build Gentoo and then use that Gentoo to build Gentoo. Use Brave. Okay, hold on. Designed with situations where more advanced features are required in mind, Catalyst makes a powerful and versatile tool. It can be used to save time setting up systems. For example, a user wanting to install and testing branch could use Catalyst to create a stage 3 file. For that branch, with optimizations, they might require LTO. Another use case architecture has a very low number of users. E.g. for Muso stage 3 file, MKA architecture, which has a very low number of users on standard Gen 2. Use flags for devutil release modules for creating releases based on Gen 2 Linux. Pulls in dependencies from the ISO image. Emerge. Okay. CC catch has been known to cause random build failures. Seed file. For creating stage 3 file system in Adida class with chroot into the unpackaged seed files environment. Okay, yeah, so this seems... This could be interesting. So we have let's do build Alpine Linux custom ISO distro. Let's see which one sounds more sexy. And there's tools. Create assigning key. You need assigning keys for custom packages you might add. Let's see. I've also had this issue quite time ago since I would create my own pen business server. I've used TISO. You have the ability to create air roof S, which then gets copies into the ISOs, and then you just proceed to configure how you want it. Huh. The ISO generation tool for GNU Linux produces ISO of any kind of Linux distribution base. For more information, check the docs. Okay. Our goal is not to be a distro. Seems interesting. Is a live ISO generator, but wait, it's not what you think. It generates any Linux ISO in a simple way with generic method. The Mayor feature is it produces ISO of any kind of Linux base. The simplest equivalent is Debian live build, but without so many complications. Just add packages, create the ISO starting mechanism, but without changing the nature of the base. Like EOS and Arco. Where to start? Install a project. The manual will understand basics about technology. The live system used the Squash FS tools that produce the root FS file system for the live disk. The main program, pass, staging rules. This performs the configuration check. This performs the init from the distro definition, special case handled by example, Alpine and Debian. This performs the error first. We'll perform all these commands. Okay. That seems interesting. I wrote a thread here about simply unpack mini rootfest, and true to you have your basic Alpine Linux. Of course, you need the kernel to boot. I think make image. How to make a custom ISO image with make mk image. The document explains how to build a custom ISO image using the making scripts located in aports directory. The MK scripts are shipped with pre-configured profiles. The format is MK scripts profile name.sh. In order to have a custom ISO, you should create your own MK image profile name script. This is an example used to make ZFS module overlay FS, which embeds the RW mod for lib modules and serial console output and some other useful light videos on this. Okay. Some bash, I think. Making packages available on boot. Create the ISO. No, if you want to make a custom installer, you need to create the default boot service that will cause makers to create the default live image so parts come. Okay. Seems. Damn you, Alpine, for having good documentation. Let's see something else. Creating a custom Alpine Linux ISO with answer fire built in. Alpine Linux makes custom create Alpine based image for Ligma installation. Build. Oh wait, maybe that's. Yeah, that's what I want. Trim down for a language compile engine. What parts can I remove safely? What parts can you safely remove? What do you mean? What don't you want to use? If you think about it, Alpine's really fucking trimmed down. It seems like you've already answered your own question. Linux is pretty sturdy. Maybe Gen 2. Who? Oh, no. Okay, so we're going to look at Gen 2 and then... Use Debian-based distro ISO. Oh, okay. How to create your own Debian-based Linux distro. Go away. We'll get the Ubuntu link. What's he getting? Casper holds the compression file system called squashfs files as well as the init RAM. Man. I want to use, the thing is, I want to use something. How to build Debian. What the fuck? Debian on Facebook is crazy. Simple DistroKit. Debian comes with a set of semi-interactive scripts to help developers build local modified images, import sources from Debian, verify and stage modifications, include modifications into new installers, toast new embedded images for popular devices, package virtual machine images ready for deployment, create live CDs. The Debian SDK is a fresh take on a new and old task. It's modular, acts as sort of an interactive shell extension based on ZSH, exposing functions that become shell commands but can be lined up to scripts. Most of the code of the SDK made with functional programming in line with Vue. Huh. Trinity desktop environment. It can optionally be installed on a hard disk or USB thumb drive. The latest version, formerly known as Ignis, is a Libre spin of Debian. Uses the VDev as the device manager instead of EUDev. It's lightweight, ships with the Linux Libre kernel focused on general purpose computing. Both live in a nutshell. Additions rely on customization versions of the Dev installer project. Refractora, Myom, Crows, Decode, Fluxon is trying to bring your old computer back to life based on Debian ASIC. Forge OS, it's previously known as based on interesting. Have only. I wonder if I can make this super Libre. Thom OS, formerly Crunkbong, is a switchblade that does things really well. You won't need to use one. However, when the right time comes, you'll be glad you had it. It's fairly small, meant to kept on hand for whenever need arises. How do I Libre this? What is the free I've been loving Void a lot, but it doesn't have a couple of the Gentoo packages I would like to use, like disk usage, cool interactive X11 disk usage graph. Interesting. Void based, Void cool. Can't you just build it from source? Free Software Foundation, Linux kernel. Can I put the Linux? I'm going to try setting up DiskCC, hopefully with the ThinkPad and Gen 2 computers. Isn't that Isn't that like a way to compile faster or something? Libre kernel. Can I put the one in Debian? Yes, you can install the Libre Linux kernel in Debian to ensure that it's a completely free system without proprietary blobs. While Debian's default kernel includes non-free firmware options, you can replace it by compiling yourself using a pre-built Linux Libre package or specific Debian-based projects like Debian Libre Live Images. Wow. The Debian Libre Live Images allows you to run and install Debian Live without non-free software. The goal is to provide a way to use Debian without reliance on non-free software. The extent possibility with Debian project. One challenge if it's Debian Live is installer images. Since 2022, decision of non-free firmware. The official image for Bookworm and Trixie contains non-free software. Huh. Wow. No open box? What the fuck is slime? Successful so laptops does it 64, 6 it combines multiple computers over the network to effectively compile with all of them. Nice. Based, actually. I think that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go with Devuan. Do you ever want a root beer? Help me build. That's not what it's no motherfucker. Gen 2, fully customized, the base distro, troubleshooting, sufficient RAM, outdated snapshots, and profile mismatch. But I want to do a rolling release. No, I don't. This will be actually funnier because it's Debian. Cubic seems very interesting too. I found the mistake I made. I found this mistake I made. It was like, here's the after party. After party gay? Okay, so this is. I think I'm going to do Dev 1. Import. I'm eating Pringles. When it's done, I'll make high-powered Wi-Fi antenna using the can. It's not how Wi-Fi works. Okay. Simple. All right. I need to get. Something called penguin eggs? Oh, maybe I should specify. Woo! Boo! On the Road remasters. Refract system back for the Canucks. Okay, let's go to frequent questions. Is a tool to create a live ISO images in custom Linux Raspbian, initially based on Debian, Ubuntu, and its derivatives. Actually supports almost major original distros and derivatives. It allows you to generate reproducible systems or hatch new Raspbians. It's also possible to use Penguin Eggs to create secure, virtually unbreakable live systems using the full crypt option. Arch, Linux, Arch, Debian, Debian, Fedora, OpenSUSE, Rocky, Ubuntu, and most derivatives. You can find a completely nice based. CacheOS, that's okay. I suggest remove MX installer and MX dashboard. Guys, we have no FreeBSD. Distro not supported. To be tested. Slackware base not supported. Debian base to be tested. Endless. Ghost BSD, not Linux, different OS. Fun OS, okay. Isn't, oh no, that's fun too. Deepin. Blue Star. Need to clean eggs. YAML. Cache, Endover, Pop, Debian, Ubuntu, Fedora, Storage, OpenSUSE, Zorin, Nobre, Elementary, Blue Star, Garuda. It's drag cut to build interframes and package conflict with something. Kali, no. Solus, distro not supported on F. Alpine. I can do this with Alpine. Huh. Damn, I really wish I could do a poll. Can I do a poll? You've never seen Mr. Robot? I've seen it one time. But have you ever had a really good root beer? Root beer is so good. It's very underrated. Do 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 do. Thought I could do a poll. Poll? No. Damn. Embedded chat? Can't be a poll. That's okay. I actually see Mr. Robot, and it was kind of boring for a very long time. I didn't really care for it. I think there's cool part. Like I need to go back and rewatch it, but it's, yeah, and I understand there's. Maybe I should go to the README. But I have a lot of problems. It took years to create penguin eggs. I also incurred expenses for renting the site and subbing it in Google. I will donate to Google Gemini for the artificial intelligence that is now indispensable. Thank you. On Alma, Linux, Arch, Debian, Debian, Fedora, after you install Penguin Eggs, you can add Penguin Eggs repo to get a fresh Penguin Eggs package. Just use sudo. There's a lot of mistakes, but the story is cool. No, there's actually a lot of not mistakes. There's a lot of actual, like, it's dramatized, but there's actually a lot of really good actual things that can happen and is doable in the real, like, I mean, people that are in, SEC in general praise that they took some initiative to add some realism to it. Obviously, it's dramatized, but there is a lot of parts in I know, like, people dump on Kali Linux, but Kali Linux is Kali Linux exists for the same reason that anything else does. It's just over dramatized, and it would be boring if it was real. If you actually look at real hacking, it's very long, tedious, and boring. Sometimes campaigns can last years. Some of the biggest, most complicated hacks take years and years and years to do. Like, it's boring. You could be sitting in a room, like, just staring at a computer waiting for, like, XYZ. I watched people watch competition hacking and DEF CON. That's like stuff that's like very controlled and set up, where they kind of have like they're good for a reason, but like actual campaigns with nuanced is very complicated. Don't get me wrong, it's cool. It's a cool show. I think it also could inspire people to get into like just cybersecurity or just into Linux in general. What am I looking for? Do. Later, Billy. Billy's gonna go build a. Okay, so let's see. So this looks like the best option. I wonder if there's option 2. Penguin eggs. And then Refracta Snapshot. Classic Debian community favorite. Let's see what the fuck this is. Yo, 4. I'm here. Thanks for staying, man. This is gonna be great for documentation. I would say that this will be the best option. I'll compete against Linux Mint as a Linux Mint hater. Supported fork distros. I could build one with the eggs and then the other one with the snapshot. That could be a option. Damn, where did I? You need the yoke also. What about... I actually don't like eggs. I was never an egg person. Where the fuck did I put that thing? Sometimes when you look for stuff... Oh, there it is. Sometimes you just need to think less. Oh, wait. This is what notes are for. Alright, so we will actually kill this. Wait, what am I doing? I can just do it like this. Delete. So we're gonna download, not that. Where was it? Oh, I was in a virtual machine. Let's see what this says. Oh, 9 years. Creates a bootable live CD menu which copies your running system. Any changes you make in the running system, including the desktop preference, configure changes, additional software will be copied to the snapshot and will be present to you at the run when you run the snapshot live system. So the configuration run system, command line options. Okay. rsync to copy the create file system. Okay, if you want a custom network configuration to copy the snapshot, uncomment the line configure that it doesn't. That's okay. I wonder if it's possible to force Tor. Okay. There we go. All right, so oh wait, no, I'm over Tor, so it's gonna take like 30 odd hours. GNU plus Linux, free operating system. And quickly from the live session using refactor installer, firmware is installed and can be easily oh. Where is it? At least directly from the Debian release archive. Debian Jessie, Excalibur torrent. Nah, I want to do the Excalibur. What? Damn, 2 gigs? Motherfucking bloated. Alright, so I'm gonna get some water while that's downloading. I'm gonna get some water while that downloads. Are you building your own Gen 2? This first, and then Gen 2. It'll teach me and everyone that ever watches more about Linux, which will be based. Okay. Is there like copyright-free live stream music? Or I won't get a fucking... I believe I got one with this. Pokemon Chill. I can't remember. Alright. And then the final step, LFS. Again. Yeah, LFS takes a long ass time. I forgot what it's called. Where the fuck was this downloaded to? This is downloaded to Catpix for some reason. I gotta spend like at least 8 hours now. Fixing all my where is fixing all my files. Where the fuck is... There we go. And then that is... ISO. The fuck, it just downloaded? Nope. Yeah, they can still... You can still get copyright strike even with lyrics. With or without lyrics, it doesn't matter. There you are. Maybe WM13. Okay, so we're gonna do 13 gigs of RAM, maybe 14, yeah, and then 8 CPUs, 9, and then we'll do 70 gigs. The fuck did I pick Kick Secure for? How the fuck did that happen? There we go. Okay. So let's see. Maybe I have to install it. Documentation. Okay, so it seems like it's just a open terminal. Sudo apt. I'll actually try this on both. No, I don't like Fedora actually. Do I need sudo? Aren't I root already? No, because it just says the word node adds. It doesn't mean that it's copyright free. You can't hear the one I'm already playing? Damn, I should have used attack Y. Oopsies. Ooh, some error, that's cool. Refactor install desktop, larger fonts. Okay. So it seems I can do this live. So fresh eggs. Anyone send something installer C CLI Calamaris. Backup. Okay. Something Spanish. Let's do. The fuck is this in Spanish for? I can't read. Oh, there's English right here. System to your first boot device. So I'm going to quick switch start on Debian open sus. Okay, so let's get clone. Is get installed. Okay. Damn, I needed remote attack. Why? John, damn, I have to be up at 3. Debian is gay. Debian is gay. Back, how's the dev ongoing? Pretty okay. So I'm gonna do Debian first, and then graduate to like Gentoo or something, and I should do I should try Debian and isn't OpenSUSE rolling release? Maybe I should do. I'll do this or. Okay. I'll do like 3 renditions of it. I'll do like first Deviant, Devuan or whatever, Alpine, and Open Sus, and see which one I like the most, and then go from there. Open Sus, Tumbleweed. Open Sus smokes weed every day. Okay, so like this will be my test. Get clone. HTTPS. GitHub.com / what the fuck? I don't think I spelled that right. PI. Damn, being up at 3 sounds like a nightmare, especially when you need to get the monies. Okay. Fresh eggs. So CD into fresh eggs, obviously. Sudo fresh eggs.sh. Distro detected. We need to add Node.js 22 via node source repo. I hate you, Node, and I hate JS because it is JavaScript. Now, I continue. Okay. From what I understand, I can switch out the kernel for the Libre kernel. The following okay. Not going to be installed. I'm able to correct problems if you have helped broken packages. The following information from Solver 3 may provide additional context. Unable to satisfy the dependencies. Penguin eggs AMD64 is selected for install. Penguin's JOS, but none of the choices are installable. Common failed execute successfully. apt-get install. Let's see if that. See you again. Later. Penguin eggs name simply depends on Node.js. Sudo apt install. Huh. Don't forget to come back in 20 minutes. Let's see if this works now. Damn. Let's see. Depends on Node.js is to be installed. I'm going to correct the problems. You have help broken packages, but I installed it. Penguins. Okay. Let's do sudo apt. Had to do this before. Return error code. Package Linux image. I wonder if subprocess user bin package return error code 1. Meaning unconfigured errors work encountered while processing Linux image. Oh, that's not good. Maybe if I install it. The desktop file refactors this up as an insecure location and not marked as secure. If you do not trust this program, you can cancel. Launch anyways. Continue. Installer, continue. Create a new separate home partition. Create a separate boot partition. If you don't understand the option, you probably don't need it. Do not format file system. Write zeros on all partitions. Erase previous error. Eliminated. Encrypt the home partition required. Home. 70 gigs, sectors. You need to have at least one partition ready. Run gparted. GTP. Partition. 65 gigs. And then 5 gigs. Type. Swap. Right. Right. Put. Do not close terminal is finished. Okay. Oh, for the installation, probably 1. 4. Here's a summary of the installation chance to exit before the system is installed. You will, as public later, operating system will be installed W1. Format is home will not be on a separate partition. See. Antarctica. Oh. The Americas. Dawson's Creek. Locals to be generated. Hey, Tubby, use FreeBSD, OpenBSD. It doesn't like virtual machines. Motherfucker froze. Damn. Oh. I think I fucked up. You can't use it on Proxmox? I believe you can. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't like virtual machines in the sense of like actually setting up like a system. I think I tried it in Vert Manager, and I went and asked the developers like in the room, and they're like, "Yeah, there's OpenBSD. It's OpenBSD that I can't do. I believe I can do FreeBSD, like because I've done GhostBSD, but damn. Yo, fuck this shit. We're doing Alpine. Did I download Alpine yet? Alpine done. Try it now. Download ISO FreeBSD 15. 2 minute to download. Oh shit. Oh, apparently it is now um, available on virtual machines. During development, this method was commonly referred to as package base. Okay. For virtual images, virtual disk images have FreeBSD pre-installed. Pine 64, baby. I forgot there. I'm really pissed because Pine 64, the PinePhone Pro, now supports FreeBSD. There's someone like working on it, which is super based. FreeBSD, Cloud Init. I thought I'd have to do it as a regular ISO. That's what it is. Open source Debian, ew. 2-minute download. True. We're doing, I was trying to do Div1, but we're going to do the based and super cool Alpine from source. There's a tool where I can there's a tool I can use to essentially achieve what I'm making like my own ISO, essentially. I think it's OpenBSD that has more of the problems with the virtual. OpenBSD also doesn't work with fucking Arc Intel GPUs for whatever reason. So we're going to do this, Alpine. Unless it sees it. Detecting? No, no. So we're going to use, probably like 8 gigs of RAM, 0.46, 8 CPUs. Huh. No bootable device found. That's the one I downloaded. 323. Oh. Let's try that again. Let me see if it'll do it on this. Oh. It's been 84 years. Huh. It's weird. Maybe because it's too new. 323.3. Okay. Interesting. Wonder if I need to do one of those weird things. I might have to get an older version. Three 321. Up to minimum requirements, maybe? No, themes are too wonky. No, I did up the minimum. I don't think it's that. I think it's because there's. I mean, Alpine's very. I've gotten it to work. I literally think it's the version. I wonder if I could just use generic Linux. Well, probably not. Who knows though? VMs are kind of wonky. Oh, something's acting funky. Might be too new. Could be. Could be my Vert Manager. I update my shit though. Like a lot. Okay, so we're gonna do 321. I'll try this one. 321.3. Yep. I think that was it. Maybe I have to look into something with Vert Manager. Closed source Debian always works, homie. I hate Debian though. The fuck? Alright, something is weird. Alright, we're going tumbleweed, baby. State of the duck. Bleeding edge. Offline image. Alright. Where is... Okay. Did I leave the chat? I think I left the chat. Oopsies. Okay. Burp manager, we're coming back. Open source. Okay, we're going 12 and then 9. 6, 7. Right? I'm internet funny. 70 gigs. Okay, there we go. Boot from hard disks. Installation. So maybe we should install it so we don't run any issues. Hardware detection. Virtual machine. So I'll install it first. Oh wow, yeah, it's been a minute since I've used Tumbleweed, so... Well, OpenSUS anyways. Pretty based, actually. I agree. Alright, just going to download all the dependencies and everything, all the repositories, pretty much everything, and then I'll start from there. SUSE is SUSE. SUSE is interesting, actually. I don't even hate it. I used for quite a while when I was really into like Kubernetes, like really into Kubernetes. They actually have a pretty cool thing called Rancher that is like a way to like do like container organization. It's federally mandated required minimum for database. I don't know, something like that. What is? I know they're like a corporate like Linux like distro. They're kind of like they're really honestly a really excellent option for like a reasonably secure system. SUSE Tumbleweed, I think. Oh, okay. They're like one of the SUSes. Like they're a reasonably secure Linux operating system. Especially a lot of people that like Kubernetes, they do it. They usually require Red Hat or SUSE. Yeah, probably because they enable some like settings out the box. Especially Red Hat is like I was reading like the man pages on just SE Linux policies with them, and they explained it pretty easy. I use Arch, by the way. Arch for actually like server in server installation is actually pretty popular amongst like people that want secure minimal software. I don't know if OpenSUSE has ever been used as a server, but it probably has. It's probably been used in server infrastructure for like where security is like kind of like the Ubuntu is just the common one because there's so much documentation on it. Like Ubuntu server is pretty common because it's easy to spin up. It's very easy to understand, and there's tons of documentation on using it via Ubuntu. It's like the first option. It's like use Debian or Ubuntu, which I get. I get it, but on a fundamental level, I don't like Debian for a plethora of reasons. They're probably not super valid in like other people's eyes, but I just don't like Debian. Solaris. I never got to use Solaris. It seems cool. It's like, isn't it like If you can run Black Arch on corporate boxes, I'm not working there. If you can't run Black... Oh, wait, what? Oh, Oracle? It's proprietary? Is Black Arch even a thing anymore? It's still maintained? Jesus. Do people actually use this unironically? Oh. Open solar. Oh. Oh. Is a discontinued open source computing app. Oh. Gonna get ready for work tomorrow night. Later, brother. Get good sleep. I think the Icon 2020 is joking. That'd be hilarious. Go Seahawks. I mean, it would be it's completely possible to do though. I mean, if you're like a developer, you could maintain really anything you want. That'd be hilarious though. I've seen Solaris still used. Or have you seen Open Solaris? That'd be even funnier. Then again, I have seen people run like Samsung like S like fucking 7s and 8s still in the wild, and I know there's a podcaster from Security Now. I think he runs fucking Windows 7 still for whatever reason. There's people that still run Windows 7 for like at that point just use fucking Linux. Like, if you're that invested into, like, what is so good about Windows 7 to the point where you're still running it? Like, genuinely. I remember, like, Windows 7 being cool, like, but I think that's just a nostalgic thing. Like, I would never go back to Windows, even if Windows 7 or Windows 98 got fucking re-released. And became modern, and became more secure. Windows is just a nightmare. Anytime I gotta touch it, I get ickies straight to the tummy because it's just so bloated and gay and Microsofty. What is another one I've seen? I want to find the most Windows 7 had the least menus for the modern look. Yeah, like the Windows Start button is way more efficient than fucking. Actually, the when I had the Windows Phone, at one point I like got to use it. I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." Windows on a phone, and then would use if they still had programs for it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. Ever since being on Linux, I've just never had the urge to like go back to Windows. I don't like. I mean, Windows 8 was kind of the gayest looking one, and Windows 10 was like, all right, we're not like Windows 8 was like, hey, we have tiles now. Was it Windows 10? I think it was Windows 8.1. Can you even look at Windows 8.1? Oh, it was Windows 8 that did the gay tiles. In general. See, if I could find a Windows 8 CD, I'd be cool with that. I would actually be, yeah. Okay, cool. System will reboot. I don't think I've ever seen Windows 8 in work either. Ridiculously, even they put that garbage that shit out. Yeah. I believe I used... I can't remember, actually. This is the only Windows I want. If someone could get me this or point me in the direction, this is the only Windows that I'll be consuming. Windows 95 Cola, sold in Japan to advertise the release. It's a beer, but Cyprio Black Label. I go for a couple of Cyprio's beer. Been too long. Oh, nice. Drinking it takes you to a red maze with no end. Honestly, why don't they just... Microsoft made Windows 11 ice cream as a promotional food item when it released. Heard it was pretty good. Yeah, I forgot. Microsoft did make an Microsoft ice cream. I forgot about that. That would have been sick to try. Especially if it's dairy-free. Windows 11 Bloomberry. Bloomberry. The worst thing that happened in 2021. Windows 11. Rabbit hole. Kansira. On God. Oh, I just don't trust the Japs used to work with. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I think Japan's got some pretty sick... I mean, maybe it's a photography thing to me. They make some of the best cameras. And they're the reason we have... they're actually the reason we have, like, IP addresses, kind of, and the internet in general. They're, like, one of the... I think that was they're actually the first to do, I think, domains, like country domains. rabbit hole. We're gonna go down a rabbit hole about printers next, guys. Okay. Next term. Oh my god, white mode. I hate it. I hate. Okay, do we have Git? Cool. Sudo zipper. And first medical hearing aid without sound. They made the first sat phone. Yeah, Japanese. So the misconception that Japan is super advanced, it's really not. They peaked in like maybe like 2005. They did a lot of cool shit. Like, don't get me. I'm not gonna downplay the innovation. They actually. So I was on they were the first to do like forum boards. I think like pretty like and connect them to the U.S. I watched a really interesting video on like it and someone told me they used to take their phones. They used their phones as like modems to game online, like way back in like the early 2000s. Yeah, it was like the 80s. 80s where it started. Like they had a secret internet. I watched a really cool thing on it. They did a lot of insane stuff. But I think they peaked in like the 2000s. In terms of tech, like they're not super advanced anymore. They're not like they have some like cool things that are like more or less like socially convenient. Like they have things that are like socially convenient, like where in America we'd be like, oh, that sounds cool, because we don't have it. But in reality, it's not like advanced. It's just something that we don't have. Like if you think about it, bidets, like toilet attachments that like flush your ass, is actually like peak. It's a genius invention. Use less toilet paper and your ass is clean. There's some other things they do, like their building structures are pretty. They're good for like earthquakes, but they're like really bad in terms of like condensed housing. Tab. Okay, install. Okay, not bad. Get. And even the guy that invented like this currency started as a certain company that transported youngins in the 70s before they were ever popular, per Wikipedia. Oh, ceramics company. I'm not surprised. There's a lot of companies that have a really dark history. I mean, that's not the shocking. That's not the shocking part. Ooh, damn. Did I have... I might have had I do this thing where okay, yep, I know what I did. Some Russians on GitHub has only templates for, I think. Funny how the Japanese are nuts about being on time, yet their software isn't accurate. Yeah, they're that's changing though. A lot of the whatever, fuck it. A lot of the whole work thing with what do you call it? Like Japanese working is pretty bad. Like they're not for it. Like the younger generation is like, yeah, that's retarded, and I kind of agree with them. Let's do this. Sudo git. Huh. When miners are not involved, Tokyo Drift is based. Wait, what do you mean by miners involved? I'm not sure. OpenSUS with IceWM based. I don't remember Tokyo Drift. I just remember that was the last one I watched, and then someone told me, somebody told me they went to space, and I lost it. I'm not aware of this. Japan is known for the... Oh. Well, that's a global issue, buddy. They do got... I'm not disagreeing. The Lolicon and Love Boy, Boy Love, and the Shotokan is young cartoon anime girls are. Yeah, it's pretty weird. It's definitely weird. I'm not a fan of it, but I have my own unhinged takes. I care less about that than people that actually commit crimes, more or less. I know that sounds insane. I mean, Shotokan is another problem too. Shotokan and Love Boy is Boy Love or whatever it's called is the fuck. Uh. Huh? Yeah, boy moms are fucking weird too. The requested URL returned error 404 failed to download Penguin Eggs OpenSUS RPM. Even in jail, that was an extreme take motherfuckers could believe. I hope I hopped on myself and stood on business. Sure. I mean, I'm not defending it. I think it's weird, but then you get into what people can and cannot draw, and that becomes a slippery slope. I don't think when people are committing crimes, I don't care. On a fundamental level, I think the most important thing to do is to take people that actually commit crimes and handle it the based way, which is I wouldn't be able to say on YouTube because it would be considered illegal. I think it's weird and bad, but then you get into what people can and cannot draw, and that becomes a violation of free speech, and you are fundamentally then being selective with your free speech, which is a problem. It then becomes a slippery slope. You can tell what people what they can and cannot draw, and then it becomes what people can and cannot think, and it becomes a problem. Let's see, why is it giving me a 4-4 error? Same, I think I got Parkinson's or something. Speaking of cannot draw, it's really hard for me to even draw a straight line without fucking up. You don't got Parkinson's. Drawing a straight line is actually a very difficult thing to do. I know a professional geometric artist, and the mother. My writing looks like a serial killer's. Is that a self-report? What do you call it? I know a professional geometric drawer who does that for their artwork and shit, and they use a lot of tools to make stuff straight. Drawing straight lines is a very difficult thing. I know most people that just want straight lines. They just use tools. Okay. Oh. Oh, universal stuff for penguin eggs. Let me see. Shit is not working. Damn, what is this old ass DE? Don't insult Billy's favorite DE. Apparently he is an enjoyer. The official fresh egg script. Git clone. OS. Okay. Refresh basket. Ensure node. SH. Bin. Connect. Add rchaotic. Something. Their Gmail. Supported distros. Wonder sudo from HTTPS will download. Wonder why it doesn't download. Production, your first egg. Interesting. Shit not working. My favorite D is LXQT, and my favorite window manager is equal between DWN and Iceweem. OpenSUSE Iceweem theme. It's not a D, it's a window manager. What's the difference? They're the same, right? Customize your system with Wardrobe. Wardrobe the dressing methodology. Unlike other tools with eggs, you don't modify the ISO from the outside. Okay. Motherfucker. Even simpler option. Use the app image. No RPM needed. Go to the release. Ooh, there's an app image. Okay, let's try that. XTIM, desktop apps, SUS Windows. You know this motherfucker already got Firefox, you ain't gotta look. Oh, Debian, putting on just you need fuse. Do I have fuse? Web? Ew, app images. Type your insert niche command here that is more niche than Arch. Looks like I came from DRPK, like damn. The fuck? What is it again? How am I overthinking this one? There we go. Your system is open source, compatible with OpenSUSE. So Penguin Egg distro meta packages are not installed. Select. Are you sure you want to install Penguin's eggs? Actually, eggs. Wow, this fucking hurts my eyes. Must be from Germany because OpenSUSE is German and it looks old as hell. What does OpenSUSE mean? Created. Done. Huh? Yeah, it is European based mostly, I think. Didn't know that. Where the fuck did that go? This shit disappeared. Just use OpenBox. But dude, to RAM shortage, I think we'll only be using these old ass looking distros in the near future. Looks are subjective. I mean, kind of. What the fuck is this? Why isn't it working? I mean, they are subjective, but where the fuck did it go? If you put an independent available. Once we run eggs to see the available. Oh, maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to read. Reading good. Okay. Recommended. Supported distros automatically configures necessarily rip protectors like node 6 source and install dependencies, which it doesn't. Let's download it. Still. What's the start sipping around the word eggs? To keep your to create a basic distribution of live ISO without user data, perfect for sharing your custom distro. Okay. Sudo eggs produce. This is a GUI iSystem Calamaris available. Free space should be suited to hold compressed data for the system. Disk space used 4 gigs. Space available. There are 0 snapshots taking 0. Okay. We're getting somewhere. And we're getting a lot of errors. We love errors and getting somewhere. Even without antics. I do like the look of Iced Window Manager. How about OpenBox? Open-based. Okay. Eggs will create a remove users and users data from live, creating intrad default using drag cut on ISO live. Based. We're getting somewhere. Maybe? Okay, you can find the ISO local host domain. However, judging by the looks, it's inaccurate, and I believed i3 is also based. Copies user data, do not share publicly, encrypts home inside basic creates okay, you can find the file ISO localhost domain ISO in the nested home page. Okay. This is where we have the live root structure. It contains all the file systems for your system mounted, byted, and overlaid. This is the base for the creation of the file /fs. Due to the fact who actually is not a real copy of your file system, we overlay it so you get so to get this writable and don't cause problems in your current file system. You will find it in all the file system you found an image mount. This can be used for the mounting point or a local or remote device to obtain stuff for system space remastering if there's not enough space on the disk. Mount ISO contains. This is where we have the IFI structure. It contains all the file systems for the mounted customize image. Customize your image before to generate it. If you want more control over the production of the ISO, try scripts flags. If you want more control, its instance, you will generate file systems directly without popular live root binding into real file systems. Binding squash fs file system. You can intervene either before squash.fs or change the file system before the manual. So feel free to contact me for any suggestions. Penguin's Eggs uses the bird-themed naming convention for events. Wardrobe, a tool for organizing customized scripts and themes. It allows you to switch between configurations from bare CLI systems to full GI. Penguin. Kakaku, a PX boot server feature which allows you to boot your generation ISO on computers over the local. Yoke, a local repository bundle inside the OS containing essential packages that allow offline installation. Krill, the internal CLI TU system installer, essentially for servers so when there's no available. Calmaris industry standards. Mom, Dad. Egg Mom, interactive help documented assistant. Egg Dad, configure wizard, run Egg Dad to export ISO, export PKG, export a command. Krill, love, mom. Eggs love. The simplest way to get an egg. A TUI installer, install the system, halt the system, swap, suspend, domain, CI help, IP, hostname IP, interactive, small testing, verbose. Oh, especially on tiny screens. Configure eggs to run. Eggs remove old configure new verbose. Calmaris, a GUI system installer. Install Calmaris and its dependencies. Oh, okay. Maybe that'd be smart. There you go. So eggs. Tag I. Oh, okay. We'll do eggs. Calais. Interesting. Config Calamaris policies, creating Calamaris configuration files, and Calamaris, nothing to do. Clean up Calamaris, okay. No updates for Calamaris at the highest available version. Oh, okay, so it's already here. When I go into Liveroot, boot, wait, no, let's go to home. Live. EFI. Work. Boot. Rub. Okay, seems like that's there. What is that local ISO though? I wonder if, let's see. Huh. You can intervene either live contains only 3 files. Who is there we go. This is where you have the Liveroot structure. It consists of all the file systems and your fundamental related best. It is the base for creation of the file system. Due to the fact that there's actually not a real copy of your file system overlay, you will find it all in the file system. See you later, Billy. Wardrobe is a tool organized customization scripts that okay, support, okay. Is a repository that consists of the YAML file, simple bash scripts used by eggs to customize these. It's too hard for an damn Italian. Okay. Penguin's wardrobe is not part of eggs, and acknowledged users are not required to remaster your system or create your own system. Rather, it's a methodology that allows you to track. Costume essentially consists of directory YAML. Okay. Transform your Linux system into an installable ISO using Penguin's eggs. Oh. You get an ISO egg love n. Distro version of hostname arch time ISO. Create ISO full automatic. Krill, see stellar colors, install graphic is optional. Eggs, complete command. Create your first secure, virtually unbreakable live system. Create your first live home encrypt. With just 2 commands, you've created a complete installable Linux Raspbian. Huh. Export previous eggs app image to destination. Auto adapt. Autocomplete display. Autocomplete use instructions. Commerce. Eggs. Cow. Amares. Oh. Huh. The fuck? Start your production company. It's your system. Created by PG. Welcome, PG. Huh. Oh. Maybe. Okay. There we go. Install your CLI system with TUI installer Crow on GUI. Use CalMars. Build your distro. OpenSUSE. Eggs wardrobe. Build your system starting from CLI. Huh. I'm wondering if I... Well, it says wardrobe is... Maybe I'm retarded. You can find the file. Remember, live user. Remember, on live CD, user live evolution root evolution. Eggs is finished. Okay. Maybe I could get a virtual machine and try it. Or the workflow. Unlike tools with eggs, you don't modify the SL from the outside. The procedure. We start from a minimal installation command line only. A wardrobe is applied to the installation setting to add programs, graphical interface configurations. Produce. Once the system is perfect, eggs is used. Summary. System. Wardrobe. Vistona. Something Italian. Egg produce. ISO file. Oh, okay. Directory containing the instructions and the necessary scripts. Accessories, additional components, drivers, development tools that can be used across multiple garments. You can provide the instructions in the YAML file. Eggs like the tailor should adjust to main commands. Get the closest. Get. Download. Eggs. Wardrobe. Get. You get new wardrobe repo from Okay. List and show. See what clothes are available and when they and what they contain. Wear the dress. Start dressing the current system. Warnings command will modify the operating system. Run it. Pseudo eggs. I'll drop off Fed cord. See you later, fellow. Later, Grandpa. Oh. Maybe that makes sense. Using wardrobe on naked system guarantees a lightweight, clean, perfectly documented system. If you want to change something simple, simply edit the YAML file and repeat the process. Boot background. While the wardrobe adjusts the installer, the themes are used to convey appearance. You look good with multimedia. Okay. Some 404 are used to change the appearance of the final ISO. They're used during the procedure. Commerce install branding. Pseudo eggs produce theme. Graphical interface to explore the commands. Man eggs complete manual. Autocomplete. Use tab to complete. English. Okay. EPO. Compression fast. Eggs YAML main configuration. You Etsy plays eggs. Find. Eggs make true. Force installer. America, New York. Command eggs. Example prefix comma. Flags. Welcome, select language. Oh, the Krill installer. The Krill is the Eggs 2e installer designed to install on CLI server systems with 2 less than 2 gigs on it. Okay. Creating a custom. Install the desired distribution. Update. Customize. Installation eggs. Configuration. Eggs DAG default. Install. Advanced. Themes and wallpapers. Default applications. System. Final production. Keep size under 4 to 5 gigs. Test regularly on VM. Documentation. Create user guides. Repository. Create repository for updates. Okay. Costumes. Duck. Oh, wardrobe. Costumes. Configuration is complete. Desktop. GNOME. Okay. AI refactoring, major code refactoring, helping Claude AI, Gravity. Krill. New features, pendrive optimized flag for kernel specific version. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Oh. Needs to reboot. All right, cool. Oh, this is where I'm gonna stop and do a snapshot and continue reading about this eggs. Maybe I can get more information. It's very cool, very based, and very awesome. I will definitely look deeper into this, especially with OpenSUSE. Maybe I can get a working ISO in the next couple days. Not entirely sure. Appreciate everyone stopping by, and I would appreciate everyone liking and commenting, because YouTube will then know I'm a real person and I enjoy everything that they ever do all the time. No hate whatsoever. And then I want you to tell me what your favorite git command is, and why isn't it git clone? Because if it's not, you are going to be cursed for the next 100,000 years.